greatest Mexican knockout artist in boxing today is not named Canelo Alvarez. In fact, there are many fans who believe that Canelo has damaged his legacy by not fighting the unbeaten David Benavidez. He might just be the most avoided fighter in the sport today at any weight class. On top of that, he's one of the most effective finishers in the game. This is a violence merchant of the highest order, folks. David Benavidez deserves your full attention. Remember, if you want to support the channel, use your hype feature. Benavidez started boxing at the age of just 3 years old, and his lifetime's dedication to his craft shows itself in every punch he throws. When he was a teenager, he ballooned up in weight to 250 pounds, but eventually got himself dialed in. And ever since then, he has been on a brutal crusade. These days, he is seen as the boogeyman of the middleweight and light heavyweight divisions, and he appears to be getting better and better. For this video, we're going to take a deep dive into some of his standout performances, and maybe you'll begin to understand why Canelo refused to fight him, because that fight would only have gone one way. A showdown with Dennis Douglin marked Benavidez's 16th outing as a pro. He had some hype behind him, but nothing compared to what would follow.
Think about it. That's your little boy there. You know, you took care of him. You wiped his nose when he was little, and you got to watch him in a dangerous place. It can be very difficult for a father. Can you imagine? Multiply that by 100. And you have a mother in the corner who gave birth, who carried that child for 9 months, who changed their diapers, who did nothing but worry about if they were going to be okay. Inactivity, a little rust that might be there. Just look at the size difference. I mean, I don't think you need me to tell you. Benvidez is a lot bigger. Probably too big, I think, at the end of the day. We'll find out. That's why they fight the fight. But I think maybe it's going to be too big and strong for Douglin. Benvidez has fought from 163 to 180 pounds, Joe, with 7 fights at 170 pounds or more. While Douglin has fought 8 times between 154.
Load it up. Nice and tight.
His mom calling out.
Put your hands. Punch out. Punch out. Punch out. Punch out. Let's go.
Douglin, sometimes you reach in. You reached in there.
Punch out.
You reach in.
Let him go. Get the hand out. Get the arm out. Punch out. Punch out. Get the arm out.
You can leave yourself vulnerable.
Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back.
Punch out. Get off the back of his head. Break. Break.
A lot of people are going to say so far so good for Douglin, but hasn't been hit yet. And Benavidez hasn't gotten out of the driveway yet. You know, he's still revving the engines up, idling.
He gets hit with a left hand from the southpaw, Douglin.
10 seconds is for the bell. This is for the bell.
Facing the unbeaten David Benavidez.
He got some good advice, Douglin. His mom didn't do all the talking. Actually, she did a little bit, but most of the talking was done by Dyke Flemings. And his advice is something that I touched on the first round. I agree with. Don't lean forward. Again, Douglin, that's something that's going to be worked out in the gym, though, quite frankly. You got a bad habit, you pick it up in the gym. It's got to be corrected in the gym. You can't just correct it in the corner. It has to be corrected in that gym. But warn Douglin, don't lean forward. He does have that habit.
Punch out, get the arm out, get the arm out.
And leaning forward with that left hand. When he does that, I just think there's an opening for a counterpunch. In particular, right hand from Benavidez. Right hands do usually work. Joe, to talk about the questionability of the chin of Douglin.
Off the head, off the head, off the head. Stop.
14,
off the head. Don't hold him behind the head. Let's go.
Well, we focused so much in Teddy on Douglin and his mom, Sophia, in that unique situation in their corner. Something we're a little more used to seeing in the corner of Benavidez. Todd, with Dad over there.
That's right, Joe. It's his dad, Jose Benavidez Sr., the father of David. We asked David yesterday, what's the worst thing about having your dad as a trainer? He said, well, he makes me train all day. And I just spoke to his father and asked him what he told him after round 1. He said, well, we want pressure. So those extra hours in the gym hopefully have given him the cardio he needs for that pressure.
It's one of those situations where he's been with Dad day one.
That's one of those situations where I'm not saying in this case, but a father can overtrain a fighter because he cares too much. You know, he's not having a seeing it clearly. He thinks the more he pushes him, the better it'll be. Not the case. Not all the time.
10 seconds, 10 seconds. No spinning, no spinning. 10 seconds, it's for the bell.
And Dublin then turns things around, but he got caught right here in the final seconds of round 2. Good action. 6-inch height advantage here. That's a good left hook to open things up.
Benavidez looks
like
get
the arm out, punch out, punch out. Let's go, punch out, let's get the arm out. Sometimes, get the arm out, punch.
You know how young kids
go.
are.
David, punch out, punch out.
Sometimes it gets a while for them to get going. You know, to show their personality, show, you know, get talking to somebody, get involved when they meet somebody.
Push that.
Even in the ring, it shows. It takes Benavidez a while to
watch your head, Dennis, watch your head coming in.
And I think he's starting to get going a little bit now.
Come on, Dennis.
Right now, Benavidez turns southpaw.
He did turn southpaw and landed a right hand to the body.
Watch your head, let him go,
getting it going now. And I think that
maybe,
again, I said it early, Duglin's going to pay for this idea of standing right in front of Benavidez.
Gets the attention of the crowd there moments ago. Now back orthodox. Duglin tries to fire off. Most of that blocked. Lifting him off the ring time and time again.
Let him go. Hold him, hold him.
For me, there is a place for that uppercut. I can see it for Benavidez. Later on.
Off the head, Dennis. That's it.
To me, this fight's changing. Benavidez, again, I thought that he'd be too big, too strong. Right now, he's too big, too strong. He's getting his engine going, and it doesn't, for me, doesn't look good for Duglin. Again, Duglin, right in front of him.
Wow, does he bring it punch?
And he's in the wrong place.
Work out. Break.
I think it's gonna.
This is for the belt.
We're gonna watch for the belt. I think it's gonna be rain clouds for Duglin.
For the belt. He's that jab.
Look at the CompuBox numbers, the power punches in the last round. He landed 28 of them, came on strong in the final minute.
I'll go back to those punch numbers. For me, if you look at them, you don't want to see power punches on the side of Duglin. That's bad. Probably about a foot space where you're leaving yourself really open.
Left hand from the southpaw Duglin in the midst of that exchange. Benavidez, unaffected, came with a right of his own. Now, work
get the
on
arm
the
out
inside.
there. That's it. Don't push.
So you can see a little reach in there from Duglin. Again, when he throws that left hand, and that's his Sunday punch.
Let him go. Get the arm out. Dennis, get the arm out. Punch out. Let him go.
A little bit
punch
vulnerable.
out. That's it.
Right hand to the body from Benavidez. Just bullying him against the ropes.
10 seconds. It's for the bell. 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Trying to work free is Duglin.
Right now, the defensive plan, it's not to use the legs for Duglin, which I think it should be. It's to come forward, hope that he gets in quick enough without getting caught, and then smother.
Punch out. Off the back of his head. Punch out. Get the arm out of there, Dennis. Punch out.
It's not really about what Duglin's doing. That's keeping him in this fight right now. It's about what Benavidez is not doing.
Don't spin him. Punch out. Get the arm out of there.
He's not what I've seen on tape. He's not busy. Now, a lot of people might say, Teddy, maybe that's got something to do with Duglin. Okay, but not okay. Because Duglin's still in front of him. Where Benavidez, it's not like he's bouncing circles around him, keeping him more balanced. He's there. Benavidez is just not letting those hands go. And he's losing this round.
A punch behind the head.
See, on the ropes, he can't take that half step back. So this is where Duglin could smother him a little bit. But if Benavidez can take that half step back, as Duglin falls in, well, he's got a clean shot there with either the straight right hand or the uppercut. Right now, he's turning southpaw, Benavidez.
Get the arm up.
No jabs from either fighter. See, there's that uppercut. I think it's there again.
From that southpaw stance.
Yeah, either one. Just catch the smaller man as he's coming in like that. The uppercut is there all night. It's not a matter of
10 seconds, 10
it's
seconds,
just
10
not
seconds.
a matter of being there. It's a matter of how you're moving your hands, how you're throwing. You know what I would have said to him? The only adjustment I would make, I mean, that's obvious. Yeah, he had him a little bit stunned there at the end, but start earlier. I mean, he started with 15 seconds left in the round. You know, it's not a matter of letting him off the hook. It's a matter of the clock ran out.
Let him go. Punch out.
For me, the father's got to say, you see what you did at the end there? Do it again, but start it earlier.
Punch out.
Give yourself room and time to get the job done. Keep it going.
Let him go. Dennis, let him go.
See,
Get the arm out.
The defense for Douglas is to smother on the inside with the bigger guy. You take a little step back. If you're Benavidez and he's not smothering, he's vulnerable. Like that. That was a nice shot to the body by Benavidez. That uppercut to the body. That hurt Douglas. Douglas is a little bit hurt from that body shot.
Backed up against the ropes. Benavidez gets a warning for pushing him there. Tried to place an uppercut right there, and he does with success. Wraps around that elbow with a left hand to the body as well.
Now, if he wants to keep it going now, Benavidez, he's got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Now it's about not just moving his hands, moving his feet, not falling in. That's it, keeping enough distance where you can keep those hands moving, and then move your feet back when you have to, so you don't get smothered like he's doing right now. Keep it going like he's doing right now. Keep it going. Keep the flow.
Body shot, right hand up top.
Body shot is really
Douglas clearly impacted here.
Bad shape. Mouthpiece just went out of Douglas.
Punch back.
A lot of heart shown by Douglas.
No doubt taking steps forward.
He was hurt 20 seconds ago.
Let him go, Dennis.
Maybe he saved himself
10 seconds.
by letting that mouthpiece come out and he got that little bit of rest.
Young slugger though on the attack. Headshot after headshot. Oh, that was after the bell right there. As Rosado gets his hands on him.
But that's where the good refs separate themselves from the great refs. Not a bad job by the ref, but again, that's the job that really counts. Be there in that kind of position to stop the punching at the right time.
And then all of a sudden it just gave way as if the buckle was on its last thread.
Yeah, for 2.5 minutes, the truck does a good job. We're on a clock running, 2.5 minute delay there, so you can see that it helped Douglas because he is rejuvenated a little bit. I don't know if it's going to help him fight this way right in front of the bigger man, but he's feeling a lot better than he did 2.5 minutes ago.
Let the hands go. Let the hands go.
You know, the analogy I'll use in another sport, Joe, is a rain delay in baseball.
Right.
You know, there's a rain delay.
Punch out.
It alters
Punch out.
the performance of the pitcher. And right now, the pitcher is Benavidez. And a little bit of cold, a little bit of waiting has slowed him down.
Watch the ropes. Watch the ropes.
You see the concern now with Gary Rosado as Gary is putting the referee is putting his weight onto the top rope and pulling it back when they've been in these situations since the delay.
Yeah, good job by the referee thinking that way.
Let's go. Punch him out. Let's go.
In that kind of manner. And I wonder if Douglas stole the round for himself.
Well, I'll tell you, that last minute from Douglas has been one of his better performances.
One of the greatest cornermen of all time. You know, every time that he would get in that ring before a fight with Ali or whatever, he knew Ali would use the rope. He would always lean against him. Not just push him a little bit like you talked about, but lean against him hard to make sure they were going to support the weight of his fighter.
Of course, the signature moment of Ali's career dealt with that.
That right uppercut a moment ago got the attention of Douglas. That right uppercut by Benavidez, he should go to it more.
Benavidez coming in with the jab and then going to the left hand to the body. Douglas a little more secure on his feet. compared to what he looked like in the 6th round. Just ate that uppercut again, and now Benavidez tries to get around to the body as he backs up Duglin.
For me, Joe, at this point, Benavidez, if I'm in the corner, I'm going to tell him two selections of punches, nothing else. Body and uppercuts. Body and uppercuts. Maybe the jab on the way in to get you in there, and then go to the body and uppercuts. That's all you need right now for me against Duglin. Duglin's starting to lean a little bit. And when a guy starts leaning, that uppercut can find him.
Interesting to hear the messaging to Duglin.
That arm out, Dennis, get that arm
Fleming
out.
saying, you can bully him, you can bully him. And then Mom, Sophia was saying,
let's go, punch out. Punch out.
I mean, give credit to Duglin.
Punch out, punch it out.
He got away with smothering, with maybe even in some spots staying in the trenches too much.
Go punch, I got you.
But he's gotten away with it for the most part.
But
it's not over.
There's an uppercut. And a hook that comes in as well from Benavidez.
Oh,
Duglin needs another uppercut.
There's an opportunity for a knockout here for Benavidez, and he might need the knockout. I don't mean because of the scorecards, but I mean because of his reputation. If he wants to be thought of as a top prospect to watch.
Right hand as well as a body shot. Benavidez looking sharp here in round 9.
See, this is what I'm talking about from the last round, Joe. Body and uppercuts, that's all he needs.
The situation with the ropes now not doing Duglin a favor as Gary Rosado has to pull it forward. He's pulling Duglin right into the fire of Benavidez. Right hand got around that guard from Benavidez. Duglin is game though as he continues to come forward, possibly being drawn into something, but nothing in return from Benavidez.
Let's go, get
you wonder whether or not Benavidez was ready physically and mentally for a guy to be here this late.
Duglin continues to work a bit. Got peppered there, upstairs, and now holds on with that right hand.
Benavidez is in uncharted territory. First time he's ever been past 7 rounds.
Knockdown scored by David Benavidez.
6, 7, 8.
In the end of the night.
We talked about the uppercut was there. Well, there was a lot of uppercuts there.
Touch gloves, stay there.
First one, left uppercut.
Come in, touch gloves.
That one doesn't land, but that put him down. But I was talking about
body shot comes in, another uppercut Teddy to start this 10th round.
Needs, Joe, for the last 5 rounds.
He may finish him right here.
Well, now it's going to come to spacing. Having enough space to get those punches off before Duglin smothers him. That means right here, moving the feet a little bit, not getting too close if you're Benavidez, and doing that.
That's it. Fight over. TKO victory. David Benavidez.
Yeah, that's just a compassionate stoppage and a proper stoppage by the referee. And a man keeping his word. He told him in the corner after the last round, you get hurt, I'm stopping it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee in charge, Gary Rosado, waves off the bout at 35 seconds of the 10th round for your winner by technical knockout and remaining perfect, David El Bandera Roja Benavidez.
Already, you can see the foundational skills, the talents he would evolve and adapt more and more over the years to come. Duglin was utterly out of his depth here. Rogelio Medina met with Benavidez for his 18th fight. This bout would be the final test before Benavidez's first shot at a major world title. Benavidez was simply too much for him on the night, and with that, one of the best prospects in the sport showed that he was ready to step up to the championship level. After going to a split decision against Ronald Gavril to win the vacant super middleweight title, a rematch was booked 6 months later. Who would show the most impactful improvements of the two? That was the question.
12 rounds, obeying my commands. I want to see your blood button, come pull it down. Good luck, touch gloves, let's go to work.
Okay, boys. Also getting 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Middleweight.
Taylor tape, older Gabriel.
Our main event for the World Championship.
And I think Raul's right. We saw a lot of boxing so far in this card. Not so much in this fight.
Now, both these guys like to come ahead. Benvidez prides himself on being an excellent body puncher. What strikes me about him, too, even though he's 20 years old.
Like I said, he's got to keep turning it, keep circling around him to keep him off balance. And we can't land big power shots. You stand right in front of him, you square up, that's when you're in danger with La Bandera Roja, Benavidez.
Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, the legendary light heavyweight champion, trains Gabriel, said he wants him to get inside and turn, use angles.
And Gabriel is very close to being right in Benavidez's wheelhouse.
But what I like about Gabriel, he's still keeping a tight, nice frame defense. You know, his gloves are up, elbows are in. You know, that protects you a lot from a lot of the big shots that Benavidez is throwing.
And if you're going to be in the pocket, you need to be there.
Yes. Now Benavidez needs to throw, try to hit him anywhere, trying to hit him on the arms, the elbows, the gloves, try to open up that guard, go up the middle to open up and create space to land a shot.
Gabriel, you can see him trying to pinpoint the body. They're both excellent body punchers.
Yeah, and that could be a real key in this fight.
More tactical round one than we anticipated.
Yes, absolutely.
Benavidez has 9 first-round KOs, and he's usually a blazing starter, but this has been more tactical.
I think he's changed a little bit as he stepped up in terms of class of opponent. He's showing some pretty good defense.
Yes, it's a very good point. 2 sluggers, but they're defending well. So here's a fascinating show stat from round 1. 101 punches combined thrown by the 2 men. 78 with jabs.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, with these 2. You'd think we would have seen something different, but they're trying to establish the jab.
Side to side. Up jab. Let's go. Let's go. Time to work. Let's go. Keep walking forward.
Keep going. Jab the body, hard jab to the body.
Keep going.
Here they're going to start from Muhammad in this corner. So this guy's not so tough.
Yeah, I agree, and I think Gabber needs to go more, besides the jab, go with hard shots to the body. I don't think Benavidez has ever been tested to the body. You know, try to throw some hard shots there, try to let them steam out. You know, he's a big young kid and he's powerful.
Well, I think that's their game plan, Raul. They think, you know, he's used to knocking people out with the body, and Gabriel, and that's one of his strengths.
Very well fought fight so far. Both guys having their moments. Good body shot from Gabriel.
You just can feel somebody's going to land something big.
Yeah. So far the fight has been done in the center of the ring, and to me it looks like whoever comes forward more is going to do the more damage and more impact and probably win the fight.
And who's going to back up here first? Yeah. Nice combination by Gabriel.
Yes, it was. And now here comes Benavidez.
When Benavidez punches in combination, he is special.
I agree with you, Al. I mean, I think he's one of the better combination punchers that I've seen in a while. I mean, he's creative with the combinations. He puts them well together. And again, you know, he's only 20 years old, so he's got a lot of time to still get better and even learn.
And when you're watching him, you never think of him as a 20-year-old.
Gabriel landed a nice left hook downstairs. He's committed to that, but the question is, can he get enough of those in?
Counter left hand from Benavidez. He's covering the gloves of Gabriel. There's a combination from Benavidez. In fact, Gabriel up for a moment. But Gabriel right back.
Again, Gabriel, you know, he's staying in there too long. He's got to have a little bit of, like the 5-second rule. Be in there, have a little bit of success, and then get out or turn him. Yeah, he's got to keep turning them at angles.
He's not using the angles as much as they wanted him to, even though he's having some success.
Benavidez tried that uppercut a moment ago that we talked about before the fight.
Nice shot from Benavidez.
That's that left. There's a right hook to the liver. He's also got a nice left hook to the liver. That's the one I'm looking for.
And yet, Gabriel has had his moments. Very good round. He's gotten away from his native Phoenix. He moved originally to Long Beach, now lives in Lake Oswego, Oregon. It's a suburb of Portland.
Nice left hook by Gabriel.
Yeah, he put some good combinations together there. But again, that's the mistake. You cannot make that mistake, though. Like I said, you got to have that success in there for a little bit and get back out. But I just have a feeling that sooner or later he's going to get lured into a toe-to-toe match. I don't want to see Gabriel do that because that's not his fight.
The power punch is a demonstration of the slight edge for Benavidez, and a bunch of them thrown by both men.
Benavidez starting to throw more hooks. And there's 2 body shots and 2 hooks returned from Benavidez.
Gabriel is committed to that body work. You like the fact that he knows that's part of his plan. He's not going to stop him. That left hook goes good, but when he does that, Benavidez is countering to the head several times.
Yeah.
This is a professional boxing match, and 2 guys that are doing a very good job.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's 4 world titles, so they should be, but they are. He's a hard worker, and he is dogged. And if you're in front of him, Gabriel can make things happen. Elvin Ayala beat him with movement.
3 nice shots, and then he missed an uppercut from Benavidez. Benavidez another hook. Gabriel ducks out of the way. Now Benavidez right on top of him. And Gabriel just continuing doing what he's done.
The right hand of Benavidez, the kind of wide right hand, is getting it over the left hand of Gabriel.
Yeah. There it is again. That's on over the back of the head.
This was a Gabriel round before, but Benavidez has come back in the last minute. Let's see if it's enough.
Oh, there goes that. Another one.
Body shot, I think, hurt Gabriel.
Yes. In the 4th round, right? Yeah, I think Gabriel needs to hurt this kid with some big shots, put some hurt in him to try to get some kind of respect. If not, La Bandera Roja is going to keep coming.
A little blood from the nose of Gabriel now.
And Benavidez in the last minute of the last round trying to show stats outlanded Gabriel 9-2. He may have stolen that round back. But there's Gabriel going downstairs again, and so he's listening to what Eddie Mustafa Muhammad is telling him to do.
And he's getting there with those shots. Now, I haven't seen Benavidez take a backward step, but cumulatively, that could have an effect.
Yeah, they're hoping for that. The one issue, I think, has been Gabriel staying right in the pocket, not taking a step to the left or the right as much as they want them to. Don't you think?
Yes. Like I say, he's got to keep turning. Throw his combinations and turn.
There's a 3-punch combination from Benavidez. An uppercut.
See, he's standing there too long.
And again, the combination drives Gabriel into the ropes. And now Benavidez right on top of this with the right hand, left hand of the body, and a good one.
That's a left hook to the liver.
Stop! Stop!
You see Gabriel holding on. He fought that left hook.
It's the first time he's held like that.
Goes right back to the body. Benavidez just trying to lock him down, working the nose of Gabriel.
Gabriel's still throwing combinations. He is in there contesting every second of this fight. But the power of Benavidez, I think, is having some impact on him.
Benavidez is just like a brick wall. You hit him, can't hurt him, and he keeps coming forward.
The right hand again from Benavidez, and that gets Gabriel back against the ropes. Is a little short, and Gabriel fights off the ropes.
Ronald Gabriel wants to join Alicia Butte, Adrian Diacono, Leo Dorn, and Michael Lowe as the other Romanian world champions. It's his dream.
Benavidez keeps going back to that uppercut. He hasn't really gotten there with it at one time that I can recall, but that could be a question of time.
Nice steady jab by Benavidez.
He's
changing it up.
Picked up the tempo in this round, too.
Let's go! Let's go! Body work! Go to work!
indicate to me that Benavidez is tired.
No, I tend to agree, but I think that's where Eddie was trying to extrapolate from.
Got to keep your fighter motivated no matter what. Even if he's got a big wall in front of him that keeps coming, he hits him with everything. He can't hurt Benavidez so far. We see Benavidez's punches are being more effective, putting more hurt. On Gabber, look at his face. Look at Benavidez's face. Look at his expressions.
Benavidez's body shots, even though they've been far fewer than Benavidez, they've gotten his attention on a couple of occasions.
Now the punch output, it's fascinating that Benavidez actually has thrown more punches than Gavril. In general, you would have thought Gavril would have to be have a little more volume to win this fight.
Right back to the body goes Gavril. Did get there with the right hand. Gavril gets out of harm's way. Spins off the ropes. It's an overhand right from Benavidez that did get there.
Certainly competitive. I think he's dominating this less than the Bikina fight.
Well, the reason why is because Gavril is more of a technician fighter.
Yes,
he's a lot more technical. Yeah. He had a big amateur background. Good point. He's keeping his hands up. He's tight with his defense. He's got to open up that defense. He's got to open up that guard.
One thing, too, referring back to what Eddie Mustafa was saying, that Benavidez may be tired. He is breathing through his mouth here in this round.
I think they both are, baby. I think look at Gavril. He's got his mouth open, too. You're right. Benavidez does have his mouth open.
This has been a slog, this fight. Both men have made it hard on the other man.
Absolutely.
Even though Benavidez is clearly winning, or it seems so to us.
Touch the body! Don't forget the body!
Don't forget the
body! Don't forget the body!
Not as much body work from Gavril in this round. They tried to do that. Was trying the gloves of Benvidez. Two jabs and a looping right hand from Benavidez. This is round 6. And it's interesting, at least on my part, I have it as a kind of a lopsided fight, but it's a very lopsided fight, and yet.
It's odd, isn't it, that the 31-year-old is convinced taking the 20-year-old into deep water and hitting him with body shots will end up winning him this fight.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Whether it's true or not is another story, but they believe that.
Benavidez not as active in this one. Gavril with a combination, pins Benavidez against the ropes. Pause with 2 punches to the head, comes right back to the body.
I wouldn't take any chances like that, putting his hands down. He's switching him. He's taking a round off.
Combination from Gavril, gets Benavidez against the ropes, comes upstairs with a left hand. A right hand from Gavril. Benavidez misses a right hand. Almost cutting the gloves. Pretty good round for Gavril.
Yes, indeed. When Benavidez comes forward, makes Gavril go back, he's effective.
Stay in the middle of the ring! Stay there, Ronald! Stay right there! Stay there!
Again, a combination from Gavril, drives Benavidez into the ropes and gets there with a pretty good right hand.
For the first time, we saw Gavril kind of step to his left, too, where he did use the angle that Eddie Mustafa Muhammad wanted.
And again, a left hand of the body by Gavril before Benavidez fights off the ropes.
Being very effective there. He went in, threw some combinations, came back out. Now he goes back in, circle him.
There's an uppercut. We've been looking for that all night.
Stop! Box!
I'm sure that they will tell Benavidez in the corner, stop clowning around. Benavidez in the red, Gavril in the black and gold.
Gabriel had a good last round. He needs to keep that momentum going. I don't know if it was because Benavidez took the round off or he was playing around too. It looked to me like he was playing around too much. I mean, it is a world title fight. They didn't have time to play, Barry.
I'm not going to live and die with this one, folks, but I had the 5th round even, and I thought Benavidez came back in the 6th with enough to win it. I'm not sure that's the case, but you can score it either way.
I gave that last round to Gabriel.
Yeah, so did I. And I totally understand that, and I was headed in that direction, but then the Benavidez rally sidetracked.
It's okay, Al, if you disagree with us. I mean, Steve does it all the time.
Yeah, no, he's
contrary.
He's just more, more confident in his work.
He knows more.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. I didn't have to phrase it that way.
So we come to round 8 of this 12-round fight.
Here's a pretty telling statistic from ShowStats. Benavidez in his previous 6 fights has landed 50% of his power punches, and the power punch is anything but a jab. Tonight, he's landing at 27%. So
yeah, it tells you a lot.
It does, and that's why even if Benavidez is ahead in this fight, which he may well be, it has not been a walk in the park for him.
Not at all. That's what I call Benvidez, real tight and close defense. Doesn't allow every shot to get in. You know, he sounded really confident. I don't think he expected this, you know, because he said, "This guy's looking at me as a, I'm 20 years old. I'm gonna run over him." But I think he's surprised that Gabriel is giving him a way better fight.
Yeah. Well, he said flat out, "I'm going to win by knockout." Because you asked him, "Can you go 12?" And he said, "Yeah, but don't worry, I'm not going to go 12."
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Missing a lot more. The shot's been calling the gloves. There's a right hand and a left hand behind it.
Stop! Wait! Box!
And Gabriel comes right back.
Ronald Gabriel is a blue-collar worker. Let me tell you, he comes with his lunch pail, and he said, "I'm going to keep battling in every fight."
Again, his punches still have a lot of crispness, and they're getting him.
And he's throwing some very good body punches, and some to the head. We can make a strong case for Gabriel in this round.
Yes. And again, the right hand left behind it by Gabriel. Benvidez comes right back with the combination, but again, I thought very good round for Gabriel.
He had that fight with Andrade where he got disqualified, and they said that was a gift from heaven because we fought one of the toughest 168-pounders in sparring, and he showed us how tough our guy was. And this is the first fighter Benavidez has fought who has not been hurt by him. Jorge Medina was hurt by him and also knocked out. Doesn't mean he won't hurt him yet, but so far, his big punches have not sent Gabriel into a bad situation.
Gabriel's beat him to the punch.
I think a lot of Benavidez punches are being caught in the gloves again here. This is round 10. Now let's see if Benavidez heeds his corner. There's a good attack to the body.
Here's an oddity.
Was that left foot? A little bit low.
The only man to go the distance with Benavidez has been Azamat Omazardo, who had a 2-11-2 record. And he went the distance with Benavidez. So Gabriel is looking like he wants to do that.
Gabriel could win this next 3 rounds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's going to make it a close fight.
Oh, yeah.
He might even win the fight.
Yeah. It's conceivable this fight is there to be taken.
Gabriel right back on top of Benavidez. 2 shots to the body.
Benavidez just showing his immaturity because he's really not listening to his corner. That's it. I just want you to throw nothing but body shots. Go to the body. He really has to count on body that much in this round. That's what they asked him for. Got some body shots.
I'm telling you, caught on the arms and the elbows.
That was the best left hook Gavril has thrown in this fight. It landed perfectly. Did not hurt Benavidez, but it landed very well.
So we go to the 11th round. Neither man has been this far before.
Tell you what, Gavril, if anybody's in better shape, I think it's Gavril. He's the more well-conditioned fighter because he took some heavy shots early in the fight. And I think he's coming back in the second half of the fight. I got this fight 96-94 for Benvidez.
I scored the last round even. I never scored a round even. I think it's Al who got me.
All right, well, hey, I've got a little bit. You know, I went for that 10th round for Benavidez. My score is very similar to Raul's, which is 1 point difference. And listen, you could take a couple rounds there and switch this. So don't go to the bank on that by any stretch.
I have it the same as you. But interesting enough, I got there a different way than you.
Yeah, which is intriguing. Again, the body work of Gavril, and he's gotten off to a very good start here in this round, as he did in the last round. And again, as you pointed out, they've never been to this place. One of the things that is intriguing, when you look at a fight, you look at it round to round, this is show stats on what they believe has landed by round. And you can see that there have been some that have been dramatically big for one fighter, and some very close, like the last couple.
Benavidez starting to open up and get there against Gavril. There's a three-punch combination, drives Gavril into the ropes. Two left hands and another left hand, and a crashing right hand. Best shot of the fight from Benavidez, and that gets Gavril to try to hold on. Benavidez won't let him. Another uppercut, a left hand to the body, and a straight right hand, and Gavril still fights back.
David Benavidez found his power punches here in the 11th round, landing a variety of punches, which he's known for. He's got a wide array of punches, left hooks, uppercuts, right hands, and kept after Ronald Gavril. After Gavril tried to hold. And in the last round, according to show stats, Benavidez threw and landed the most for the fight. 92 thrown, 33 landed. Those are highs for him in the fight.
Amazing. Tired warriors here.
Benavidez walking up to him and throwing some big power shots. Did he find that second win?
Yeah.
He threw a lot of punches that last round. He's still coming with that intensity.
David Benavidez believes in himself, and he believes he can hurt people. And ultimately, he did finally stun Ronald Gavril, but Gavril has stayed upright.
Oh, yeah. And it's Gavril's fought a really tough fight against a really tough fight. And there's a left hand from Gavril, and it drops Benavidez.
7. Go back over there. Go back to the corner. 8. Out of the blue. 9. You okay? Box.
12, 11, 10 seconds remaining in this fight. Gavril trying to close the deal. Took a right hand from Benavidez. Comes right back. Gets on top of Benavidez. 3 shots in the body and an uppercut at the bell. What a fight.
For your winner by split decision, from Phoenix, Arizona, El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
Benavidez had finally secured his first world title, and that gold belt looked like a really good fit on the waist of David Benavidez. Would Alexis Angulo fare any better against this force of nature? Even though he had fought in title bouts before, he had never taken on someone quite as good as Benavidez.
Introducing El Poderoso Alexis Angulo. Introducing El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez. Once again, a referee in charge now to give instructions, Johnny Callis.
Alexis, David, you received your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times, but above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now. Touch gloves. When the bell rings, come out and box. Good luck.
And 36. Angulo says age is not a factor in this fight, but it could very well be, 13 years older.
The bell and round one. The former champ Benavidez in the red with gold and black trunks. Angulo in the white with black.
He's not looking for one punch. He throws combinations. I mean, at his weight class, he's one of the fastest guy in his weight class.
Yeah, just ask really Porky Medina about his hand speed.
Exactly. I think it was like a 16-punch combination.
Yeah.
And Porky Medina's a tough out.
Boy, is he ever, yeah.
But yeah, you look at his highlight reel, and I mean, I would think that his two most impressive KOs came against J. Leon Love and Porky Medina. Lots of them to choose from, but tonight has to overcome the mistake he made, and he owned up to it, but Angulo's going to try to make him pay here.
And that's what I think Benavidez doesn't want to do, is get caught on the ropes where you give Angulo a chance to tee off like that. Part of the reason Ramirez was so effective against Angulo is he was in the center of the ring moving and pushing Angulo back.
Benavidez very happy to have his promoter Samson Lukowicz back in the fold after the veteran boxing figure underwent successful cancer surgery last month.
Yeah, Samson, really a figure in boxing that we all enjoy and like, and we're happy that he's doing well. Now, Abner's right that sometimes you are right that sometimes Benavidez likes to get on the ropes so he can counterpunch, but that's the only place I think Angulo really has a good shot here. So if I was him, I wouldn't do too much of that.
Right hand to the body by Benavidez.
That's a pretty good way to learn.
What was it? Only 15, 16 amateur fights that he had?
Yeah.
Go over his head, David.
And by the way, this fight was supposed to take place in April, but was canceled due to the pandemic. Angulo told us that the postponement proved to be beneficial as it gave him more time to prepare for by far, a very tough test. He faced Gilberto Ramirez for the title, losing that in lopsided decision, hoping to make amends here tonight. In the final minute now of the second round is Benavidez beginning to find his rhythm.
Oh, there was a beautiful lead right, yeah.
And the jab through the guard, and that right hand comes off the gloves of Angulo. Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, and of course Canelo Alvarez, all with claims to the throne. And Plant and Benavidez, they've definitely been hyping up a future battle should it come to fruition. Of course, it would have been probably more good-looking there, Al, if Benavidez was able to hold on to his title. That's not the case, and Angulo's hoping to walk out of here with his first title. And Abner, one thing you have to look out for when facing Benavidez is his sudden offensive outbursts.
Most definitely. I mean, you just never know when he's going to come back with a power punch, and he'll make you feel comfortable like he did just seconds ago. You'll rely to land on the ropes, close himself out, but next thing you know, he throws power.
Alexis, let go. Break. Step back.
If you push Angulo, nice shots on the inside.
Another couple of left hooks to the body that land for Benavidez. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, if you push Angulo back and you throw combinations, he stops. Oh, that could be a knockdown, but I guess not.
Referee's ruling it that was off balance, but
before that, there was a clean right hand that did damage.
Well, we'll see, huh? How he responds after now.
And Angulo has been down once officially 8 years ago. And there Benavidez beginning to utilize that left hook, but then eats a jab from Angulo.
In recent fights. In this fight, any of those defensive lapses are not showing up because Angulo is just not able to take advantage in any case.
Benavidez telling us that, of course, using his jab is his main punch, but he does love the body shots. And we've seen him go to the body with the left hook to the liver. Angulo standing right in front of him now, trying to unload along the ropes.
When he was younger, and that was in that fight, Gabriel was able to use his jab as a power puncher to work his way in the inside. A game plan the great Eddie Mustafa Muhammad put together for him, and he was able to get on the inside and work against Benavidez, but Angulo's not been able to do that.
In fact, the only time that Benavidez has been down was in the 12th round against Ronald Gavril. No current champions from Colombia. The all-time best, of course, Antonio Cervantes at 140, Happy Laura at 118. And as you mentioned, turned pro at 16 in Mexico until he was legally allowed to fight in the U.S. at 18, and now at 23, looking to stay unbeaten. But Angulo,
at the same time, he's creating a space for Benavidez to land that uppercut. When he lunges in like that, right at that moment, that's when Benavidez should land that uppercut.
of course, in our return to coverage 2 weeks ago, Joe George landed a lethal left uppercut, or knockout of the year candidate. Angulo looking to win the 168-pound title that David Benavidez lost on the scales.
Both up and down experience at such a young age.
Oh, and now Angulo and Benavidez exchanging.
Did he come prepared for this fight? But I don't see it yet. I feel like he's right in this rhythm.
He's starting to put it on Angulo.
And he's picking him apart.
Against the ropes, this is what I talked about in the keys, putting him in his shell, and he did. And there's the uppercut from Benavidez. As I said, he's got one of the best uppercuts in boxing. And if you throw it once, why not a second time? He lands it again very effectively. Benavidez has one of the best uppercuts in boxing, and we're seeing it employed here.
Angulo coming forward, trying to split the guard.
And see, that's what I mean by picking him apart.
And those are those multi-punch combinations that he has, well, built a career on, Al.
Yeah, and he's landing 55% of his power punches in this match.
What a round for David Benavidez. Benavidez backing Angulo up to the ropes momentarily before Angulo comes forward and eats that jab through the guard. A man who's been in many dogfights. Remember his performance against Erislandy Lara.
Oh, one of the best fights we've had on Showtime. Amazing.
Well, and speaking of...
well, he should definitely, be in the inside, smother a Benavidez, but be cautious with them uppercuts. And pretty much... yes, and pretty much try to do what Benavidez is doing, try to crowd right now, and the flurry of punches that Benavidez has been landing, I think it would encourage him even more to pressure himself for a knockout.
That's a great point.
Interesting point you bring up, Abner. And you get different theories, of course, as to a lot of the fighters appreciate the fact that there's no crowd in terms of focus. But for many, I mean, we all wish we could have a crowd because they add so much, the electricity, the energy, and Benavidez definitely amplifying his energy at the end. Wow.
Oh. And, of course, Angulo has not been able to take advantage in any way.
Interesting sequence there, Abner. Some nifty footwork and then that explosive combination by Benavidez. Knocked down the only time in his career, but he is eating a lot of shots here, trying to defend with that high guard, and Benavidez just using him as target practice, and now Angulo coming forward.
Now deciding to turn lefty just for the heck of it.
Exactly. Speaking of different looks, he turns southpaw.
There's a right hook to the body, and he is teeing off on Angulo. Not all of the punches getting through, but he is definitely pouring it on here in round number 8. But Angulo coming forward now, sneaks a left hook behind the guard, goes to the body.
At moments when he has Benavidez on the ropes and he's able to, right there as we've seen, let go of his hands. But to my liking, I think he's taking too much of a punishment. He's taking too much shots. We're in the 9th round. I mean, I know he carries the punch, and he feels that he could knock out a Benavidez, but when is it enough?
Well, and I was going to ask Al, should Angulo's corner at least be considering pulling the plug, or is his power enough?
Well, that's always the eternal question. I mentioned, though, he doesn't get knockouts later in fights,
Benavidez has a 9th round KO and a 10th round stoppage on his resume as we are past the midpoint of the 9th. And it's all David Benavidez, Abner.
All David Benavidez landing at will, practicing every punch that he practiced at the gym. And really, this is what you could do. I mean, against fighters like Angulo that are just in front of you, you basically practice every punch that you worked in the gym.
From a fan standpoint, should he be putting a little more on the gas pedal, or are you satisfied with what you're seeing from David Benavidez in terms of how the fight is unfolding?
Again, I'm satisfied now. If there were a crowd, I'm sure it would be different.
But what more can you do, right? I mean, he's landing all these huge combinations.
Sure.
Angulo
can take a shot.
Yeah, he just doesn't go anywhere. And he's landing literally every kind of punch you can land. Right hands to the body, left hooks to the body, uppercuts, straight right hands, great jabs.
I was doing my best impression of a Twitter troglodyte.
Yeah, you were, and I thought that was very well done, by the way.
As Benavidez goes upstairs with the right hand, there's that left hook to the body again.
Are you trolling us, Mauro? Is that the point?
Since I'm not on social media anymore, that's true. It on the air. Again, David Benavidez continues to dominate Alexis Angulo as we go to round number 10.
Time.
Angulo trying to put something together here in round 10, but Benavidez' defense hermetically sealed. There's a straight right hand that lands, and Benavidez again, that quick hand speed on display. And with no crowd in attendance, it's a symphony of percussion.
Yeah, the hand speed and combination bunching of David Benavidez is what separates
Hold his
him.
head, David.
It's just extraordinary. It has been from the moment he started to become a polished fighter.
And it's fair to bring up that is in the 10th round, and he's still doing so.
Yeah, good point, Edgar.
Great speed, great power.
And you don't want him to get hurt. He's in trouble now, I think.
Well, we mentioned 2 weeks ago Joe George trailing Marcos Escudero late in their light heavyweight fight here on Showtime until he unleashed that devastating uppercut. So I guess there's always a puncher's chance, but David Benavidez is another class of fighter.
And like you said, he sensed him, taking him out.
And here, that was one of the uppercuts that he landed in that corner, and including the left hand. There was just too many. Yeah, too many punches and too much punishment.
And he is putting together his own uppercuts here in the home stretch of the 10th. It's one uppercut after another on the inside for David Benavidez.
Time.
Come on. Some water here.
Got it. Yeah.
That's it. We want to stop this fight. Forget about it. It's enough. We've had enough.
He is the winner by way of technical knockout, and he is still undefeated. El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
Unbelievable.
Like most Benavidez fights, it was obvious that David simply had too much for his opponent. The gulf in quality between him and his rivals was continuing to grow. A trip to the Mohegan Sun Arena to face off with Ronald Ellis was next. It was more of a stay-busy fight than anything else. But that didn't mean that Benavidez wasn't going to perform.
Ronald, David, you received your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now, touch gloves. When the bell rings, come out and box. Good luck.
Referee Johnny Callis, with 27 years of professional experience, this is his 300th professional bout. Ronald Ellis, a record of 18-1, 2 and 1 no contest, 12 knockouts, taking on the undefeated David Benavidez, 23-0 with 20 KOs. The bell and round one, Benavidez in the red with black and gold, Ellis in the black with white trim. And we saw Benavidez pay tribute to his Mexican and his Ecuadorian heritage with the flags. And of course, his nickname is a red flag. But it's Ellis pushing the pace early.
Ellis believes that in his first couple rounds, Benavidez is not the quickest starter.
Romero back in November 2015, so as the competition has improved, so has it been harder for Benavidez to get the early stoppages, and it's Ellis right now working on Benavidez along the ropes. Benavidez blocking some of these shots, but not all of them, Al.
Yeah, Ellis is, you know, because of his right hand being hurt, he started to be very jab-centric and landed 62% of the punches he threw in previous fights after he got the right hand hurt before he fought Alim were all jabs. So he's using that punch now, but you can see he's also still willing to throw the right hand now that is surgically repaired.
Still hard to believe that at one time early in his life, David Benavidez tipped the Toledo at over 250 pounds, started boxing at 13, and well, he turned pro at 16 in Mexico until he was legally allowed to fight in the U.S. at age 18, and yeah, he's still only 24. There's a left hand that scores for Benavidez. Under a minute remaining in the first frame.
Ellis isn't landing all these jabs he's throwing, but he's using that punch to good effect to kind of keep Benavidez from getting that combination punching offense going.
And of course, in his last fight, Benavidez missed weight, but Ellis missed weight in his last fight as well. Final 10 seconds of the opening round. A quick start by Ellis, but Benavidez now beginning to find a bit of his rhythm as we go to round numero 2.
Time.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm liking how Ellis is using his jab. You know, it's in the beginning. First round, this second round is using it really beautiful, timing it. 1, 2, 3 jabs, making Benavidez miss that jab also.
The left hook by Benavidez and misses with this sweeping right as Ellis tries to establish the jab, tries to gauge the distance. There's a body shot by Benavidez.
You know, Benavidez lands an average of 7 jabs per round, which is the highest in the super middleweight division. We haven't seen evidence of that yet, but he'll get that punch unlimbered before this fight's done.
Lead right and a couple of left hooks by Benavidez. That right hand manages to sneak through the guard for Ellis, but Benavidez, now both of them with an uptick in their offense here in the second.
And this is the kind of firefight that Benavidez usually loves, and it's creating a little excitement here in round 2.
He says Benavidez claims that he loves to hurt his opponents. He loves that. He just craves it, and we're seeing this in this second round. He's pushing Ellis back.
And he said, well, there's a nice left hook to the body and the right hand that scores for Ellis, but he said instead of a knockout in the ring, he actually gets more he's happier when, you know, Angulo, when they capitulate in the corner, which I don't know. What about you, Abner? Don't you like the sweet sound of a knockout punch?
Yes, I would rather love that.
Those are sweet sound of these punches by Benavidez on Ellis.
Yeah, this is a fun round to watch. Benavidez getting a little more work done. Ellis landing some shots as well. So this is a nice, fun round to watch with both men doing some things offensively.
Ellis has never been down as a pro. 30 seconds left here in the second. Ellis flashing the jab, leads with the right, and there's that hand speed. And when Benavidez gets cooking, it's like fighting an octopus.
Yeah,
punches coming from everywhere.
He's one of the best combination punchers in the sport, no question.
Nice counter right hand, a short right, and there's Benavidez beginning to avoid Ellis's shots and really scoring at will here in round 2.
Good fighters that made him battle tested at an early age for him to win a title.
And Ronald Gavril, who he beat to win his first title, he was knocked down in that fight, the only time he's been down. And of course, he then became a 2-time champion against Anthony Durrell, but now he's beginning to put it on Ronald Ellis, standing in front of him. Ellis continues to stand in front of Benavidez, trying to fire back, but that hand speed on display from David Benavidez.
Well, if we keep getting exchanges like that, it's going to be fun to watch, but Benavidez now landing some big power punches.
It's becoming so far a really fun fight to watch.
The artistry of David Benavidez when he's firing on all cylinders, Abner.
Yeah, and it is also, thing is that Ellis stopped throwing that jab.
Put some behind
There's a lead right cross by David Benavidez, who had Ellis momentarily corralled in the corner. Ellis back to the, well, backing up again because of Benavidez. Comes in with that left hook. There's a counter right by Ellis. Under 30 seconds left in the third. Double jab by Ellis. Now leaning in, and oh, he almost ate that right uppercut from Benavidez. Both fighters throwing punches here in the final moments of the third round. A great round for the former two-time 168-pound champion. All right, I talked about hearing a symphony of leather. And they brought in Sem Irin, the assistant who really they've credited with getting Benavidez in shape and making sure that he didn't miss weight again. And of course, Abner, as Ellis comes back with a right hand.
And now here trying to just get everything out of the system, and I think he's doing so.
There's that left hook to the liver by Benavidez.
One of the key punches, I think, has been the counter right hand for Benavidez when Ellis dips to his left. And we'll likely see that again.
Past the midpoint of the fourth round, Ellis on the ropes, trying to absorb this offense from Benavidez, and Ellis coming forward, landing some shots.
Ronald Ellis has been more than a willing participant in this match. You know, the hand speed of Benavidez is giving him problems, but Ellis himself is firing back on a regular basis.
Speaking of firing, there's some fire to the body by David Benavidez, and in many ways Ellis may be playing with fire, although wants to acquit himself well, wants to move up the pecking order. Under 30 seconds left here in the fourth as Ellis looking to use that shoulder roll momentarily, flashes the jab, and there's a counter right by Benavidez.
Ellis sometimes switches to lefty, but we haven't seen that in this fight.
Right uppercut by Ellis, and then uppercuts on the inside by Benavidez. Some good action here in this fight between David Benavidez and Ronald Ellis. We've come to the end of 4 rounds at the Fight Sphere.
Time.
All of us look forward to the days when we have an audience back in the arenas, but a fight like this, the sounds speak for themselves.
Keep them up, both of you, keep them up.
Yeah, good action by both fighters, and the crowd would be roaring if they were here.
Both fighters having their moment, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from Ellis right now. Great body work, great jab.
Yeah, clipped Benavidez, but then Benavidez chopping left hand and a right. Minute and a half remaining in the 5th round. Man, Benavidez sitting down and throwing all of his punches with bad intentions.
And this is a beautiful matchup right now because both fighters are thinking in there. You can see how well Ellis is thinking before he throws his 1-2, and Benavidez trying to see where to land the jab and then go to the body. He's a beautiful finisher to the body.
And just a little more lateral movement from Ellis in this round.
You don't punch.
Which has been effective for him.
Ellis puts himself on the ropes, eats a combination from Benavidez, pivots, and now Benavidez on the ropes, shelling up. And there's that left uppercut grazing the chin, and a quick combination scores for Benavidez. The jab, and ooh, nice counter jab by Ellis.
And they're both open for that uppercut. I've seen Benavidez land it a few times, and as well as Ellis. So I hope to see it a little bit more from both.
And we talk about David Benavidez looking to continue to shore up his in-ring defense.
Let go of him, Ronald. Let go, Ronald. Yes, sir.
And there we see the good work from Ellis with that jab, but it's always Benavidez who goes in there and, you know, always finishes with the combinations. But whoa.
I like Ellis, game opponent, showing hand speed and, you know, A courageous competitor against one of the best at 168.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Remember, Benavidez said he would have him out before round 6 ended. So we'll see. There's still some time to go here in round 6.
But you have to like the countenance, the attitude of a Ronald Ellis, Abner.
Yes, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Benavidez landed 43 punches, and we'll see some examples of some of them, and a lot of them were power-packed as he got Ellis on the ropes, trying to rip the uppercut and working the body and the head.
And he's doing that while he's standing in the southpaw. Oh, well, now he turned right.
Yeah, I mean, and that right hand, very effective.
He's firing back.
And yet he is in the line of fire. Benavidez putting it on him now with these body shots, left uppercut. But Ellis's movement, his defense is on point at times. Although he just ate 2 rights and a left right there from Benavidez.
It is, but at the same time, it's a punishment, you know, from Benavidez.
Yeah.
You get the feeling Benavidez really is trying to make his prediction come true. He has come alive here in this 6th round with his offense in a way that is even more than before.
And there was a veteran move of Ellis. I talked about Romero holding in our opener, but Ellis there feeling the power of Benavidez and then trying to hold on, but now Benavidez at the right distance here, Abner. He is teeing off on Ellis.
Yeah, he definitely is teeing off. He's landing those inside punches, the uppercuts that we were talking about.
And Ellis comes back with a couple of jabs, and Ellis stabs right in the line of fire, Al.
Oh, Ronald Ellis, for him to hang in there in this round, and he did come back with a couple of his own, this has been a tough round for him.
Action-packed round, some good stuff, good punch placement by Benavidez. Left to uppercut on the inside, splitting the guard. And still, Ellis backing up. Still throwing punches, eats that sweeping right hand by Benavidez. In that fight, Ellis achieved almost perfect balance, throwing 398 jabs, 399 power punches, but he really invested sufficient power behind.
Mo, it's not been a difficult fight to score. After that first round success of Ellis, it's been all Benavidez. You know, he'll give you 3 shots, but then he comes back with things judges like. He comes back with activity, and he comes back with accuracy. And that's been the difference in rounds 2 through 6 in this fight.
Benavidez telling us that his favorite punch is that left hook to the body. He told us, and now, of course, in the keys too, the jab and the body shots, and yet doing a good job of headhunting here as well.
You know, he has that habit of going back and staying on the ropes, but, you know, he'll come back with his own. Oh, beautiful.
Solid right hand by David Benavidez. 45 seconds, right hand to the body.
He lands more jabs per round than any other super middleweight, and he uses the jab there to set up the right hand, and that was just a huge...
Benavidez doing a little bit of following just, you know, Ellis instead of cutting the ring. See if he, oh, there we go. And he's got a lot of growing to do, and he's doing so as a fighter. He's maturing. I mean, it's not easy. He became world champion at a young age, and, you know, he had all those fake friends, those people that were just, you know, turning him to go the other way and made him make those mistakes. But he's clearing that, and it's now a time to be recognized, you know, for your good boxing more than the mistakes.
Benavidez putting together these combinations here in the 8th, and Benavidez and Ellis have been past the 7th round. You may have saw the graphic 6 times each. Benavidez 6-0. Ellis is 3-1 with 2 draws.
Benavidez in this fight is willing to walk in on a straight line, not even moving his head, but even though Ellis is still fighting back.
Oh, what a left hand hook to the body out by Benavidez.
You know, what doesn't he do offensively?
Wow, there it is again. Lead left hook and a right cross.
That body shot hurt him. He's got to throw it again. That body shot definitely hurt him.
Right uppercut, another uppercut, and now David Benavidez pouring it on Ronald Ellis, and Ellis trying to hold on. 30 seconds. Ronald Ellis, maybe Benavidez will put some respect on his name regardless of the outcome here. Ellis has earned it. 20 seconds left in the 8th.
And Ellis just landed a very nice right hand. It just didn't do anything to Benavidez.
There's that right uppercut on the inside by Benavidez. Final 10 seconds of the 8th. Ellis finds himself along the ropes. And Abner, Benavidez, ring IQ on display as well. The placement of the punches, but just the timing and just the way he uses every space allotted to him. Well, because of the fact that he lost his title on the scale the last time around, and because all of the champions seem to be in unification mode, he talks about those big fights, and we mentioned at the top of the telecast.
And it's just the fact that Ronald Ellis will not capitulate.
He will not go away quietly.
No.
Yes, but, you know, he is answering back.
Again in control here in the 9th with 30 seconds left in the round.
Ellis, on top of everything else, has never been 12 rounds in his career. He's been 10. Benavidez is 2-0 over 12. So he's going to soon, if he can hang in there, be facing territory he's not seen.
Benavidez continuing to score with that jab here to begin round 10, Abner.
Yes, Ellis started throwing a beautiful jab. I thought he was going to start, you know, landing a little bit more. There he is. But then Benavidez comes with this almost, you know, right hand. I want to call that jab a right hand, even though it's a left, because it's so powerful. You know, the right hand is always the powerful one. But in this case, Benavidez has both hands.
By the end of the round, it was Benavidez again landing that right hand. And, you know, he's landed 87 body punches in this match, Benavidez, and there's 2 of them, and they are.
He's following the fighter all around the ring. Why not cut it off and invest a little bit more in the body? There it is.
Nice chopping left hand by Benavidez.
Yeah, you could almost forget to praise the body work by Benavidez because he does so much good combination punching to the head, but, you know, he's done a superb job to the body as well.
And again, testament to the toughness of Ronald Ellis, because David Benavidez has thrown everything and done very well, but Ellis remains right there. Under 30 seconds left here in round number 10. Ellis' corner wants him to, of course, the basics: keep your chin down, hands up. Nice left hook to the body, the combination of that combination. Artistry on display, courtesy of Bandera Roja, David Benavidez. Maintain a primetime player in the division, and, well, Ronald Ellis, he's going to have to dig it down deep as he's been doing throughout the fight, although he just ate another sharp right cross. And if he continues to take punishment to the head, we'll have to wait and see what his corner does, because they've warned him before. If he continues to take head punishment, they're going to pull the plug on this fight.
And he has never been to the 11th round, Ronald Ellis, so this is uncharted waters for him.
Back. Full step back, David. Come on, let go, Ronald.
By the way, a little factoid that's intriguing. Terrell Gachet, who, of course, won earlier this evening by knockout, he was the man that Ellis beat to win the Golden Gloves championship. So he's watching this going, oh, he's, you know.
Yeah, and a big win for Terrell Gachet to kick off the night, and a big display of David Benavidez' technique here in round 11, Abner. He is hitting the body, the head. He is just strafing Ronald Ellis, and you wonder, referee Callis, the corner, watching very intently with Ellis pinned in the corner, and now Benavidez unloading on Ronald Ellis, and Ellis, the veteran move, holding on to Benavidez.
That's the first time in this fight he's really held like that. And maybe an indication that we're getting ready for the end of this match.
Man, he is fighting fire with fire, and you got to be careful, Abner, against a guy like Benavidez.
Listen, you're not going to win this fight anymore. I think it's time to pull a plug. He learned a lot from this fight. He showed a lot. He showed heart. You know, he's still game. I'm not saying he's not.
And you're absolutely right, Abner. And in boxing especially, a loss can be so devastating when really it should be a more and more learning experience. Ronald Ellis has earned his bones in this fight tonight.
Losing this fight doesn't mean his career's over. Yes.
Great stoppage by the referee. And you know Ronald Ellis is going to fight it, but what a performance by David Benavidez. And you know what, Ronald Ellis?
And here's the point at which referee Callis did stop the match and seemed to jump in at exactly the perfect moment, because it didn't seem that Ellis taking the signature uppercut from Benavidez, it didn't seem like he could fight back at this juncture.
A gutsy performance by Ronald Ellis, gets stopped for the first time, even though he's...
And still undefeated, El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
Sharper than a katana, David Benvidez, victorious here tonight.
11 rounds in the ring with David Benavidez does not sound like an ideal way to spend your time. And with that, his unbeaten run continued. Could Kyrone Davis even make it to the championship rounds? Or would he end up as yet another victim of this Mexican powerhouse's finishing abilities?
Davis was in Colorado Springs, Colorado, Wednesday, October 27, found out.
It's the main event. We know the rules in the dressing room. Both these trunks are a little bit high. I'm going to let them go right in here. I want you to obey my commands, touch them up, and bang at the bell.
Undefeated and move one step closer to a potential mega showdown with Canelo Alvarez. Bell, round one.
Davis, you know, he came to box.
Yeah, he normally doesn't move this much, Davis. He's moving.
Again, Benavidez doing a lot of following, not enough jab. He's got to jab his way in. There it is, the power jab. Cut off the ring.
The average is landing 7 jabs around Benavidez, which is very good.
And that's where you want to, if you want to work your body shots, there it is, the overhand right, but throw it to the body as well. That's another way of cutting off the ring.
There's a shot to the body by Benavidez, hoping.
That's what he's doing.
Benavidez targeting the body. Benavidez getting there first in that exchange.
Hey, Kyle, he got a lot of pressure on him tonight.
First sign of Benavidez' combination punching, which when he's on, can be dazzling.
In the first fight against older brother Jose Benavidez Jr. and younger brother David, though, trying to work the body, trying to slow Davis down, but Al, you mentioned a glimpse of the combination punching. Haven't seen a lot of it yet.
Yeah, well, I don't think Davis has been there for him to do that. So he's just been able to land singular punches. You know, Benavidez respects the counter punching of Davis. He said, I have to respect that, and when I'm offensive, be ready for it. And there you saw Davis
by Benavidez.
Yeah, Davis is aware of everything right now. Even though he's moving back, obviously because of the pressure of Benavidez, Davis, you know, he's trying to do the right thing, which is counterpunch. Move with the jab. Again, if Benavidez is going to reach like that, you got to make him pay.
Davis using the jab effectively. Benavidez opening up with 20 seconds left in the second. Benavidez on the ropes. And Davis throws the right hand.
Davis has a good sneaky right hand, and that time he got in there, but it's been a good round for Benavidez.
Left hook to the body and some of that hand speed on display by Benavidez. Pushed back by Davis. Lead left hook partially blocked by Davis. Davis trying to keep Benavidez thinking with that jab.
Yeah, definitely powering that jab. Having Benavidez thinking, but Benavidez getting in with the power shots, just as he did right there. And once he gets a feel of the power shots and he gets in and he feels comfortable, Benavidez just lets his hands go.
And so far, obviously, in Big Edge, power punches are everything other than a jab. And right now, Benavidez with a big margin there.
Left hook to the body by Benavidez, continues to walk down Davis. Jab by Benavidez, there's a straight right hand that lands for Benavidez. Left hook to the body, right hand upstairs, and then
he was able to show us the combination punching that he's capable of. Ripping the uppercut, I mentioned that Davis had been hurt by an uppercut in his last fight.
Body punching from Benavidez.
There's a counter left hook upstairs.
And there's been moments where he can land his body shots, but again, he feels comfortable throwing those straight punches, those head power shots.
When Davis has had success, it's been countering a couple of the punches by Benavidez. And Benavidez knew that he was capable of doing that, but it's been sporadic.
Combinations by Benavidez with Davis along the ropes. Final 15 seconds.
It's 45%, which is exceptional. He's landing at 38% tonight.
Uptick in the offense from Kyron Davis, putting together combinations in the opening 30 seconds of the fourth. Being forced to back up by Benavidez, who plants the jab.
There it is. Davis sticking to his game plan.
Nice counter right hand by Davis.
Yeah.
He's a good counter puncher when he has the opportunity.
There's a counter left hook by Davis. Benavidez goes to the body, gets countered upstairs. And again, counter right uppercut, left hook by Kyron, shut it down Davis.
This looks a lot more like he fought in the Durrell fight, countering very effective.
And there's a counter left hand by Benavidez, and then a jab down the middle, jab to the body by Davis. Action picking up here in the fourth.
Yeah, it's becoming an interesting fight in this round, isn't it?
Nice left hook to the body, left hook upstairs, right hand to the body by Davis.
And he waits for Benavidez. There it is. When he throws a jab or a right hand there, he lunges in.
Tit for tat, exchanging body shots.
And Davis really picking it up this round.
Benavidez trying to bludgeon Davis with that jab. Lead right hand scores for Benavidez. And another lead right hand keeps Davis from escaping. Benavidez has Davis on the ropes. Davis trying to avoid the majority of this barrage and fighting back off the ropes. And Davis fighting back. A minute left. Crowd enjoying the exchange.
Great work by Davis countering. Great work.
Both obviously Benavidez doing his own thing, but Davis, he held his own and then on the ropes and he was able to come back.
Took this fight on just a couple of weeks' notice, and Davis in the thick of it here in round 4 with the undefeated former two-time 168-pound belt holder David Benavidez. Team up, left hand through the guard, right uppercut, and there's a left hand that has Davis rattled. Another left hook. Davis taking these shots, standing his ground.
Really countering very well, but then against the ropes, even though he's able to counter, there are moments when Benavidez lands these big power punches like the left hook.
And Benavidez going on the attack, continues to stop Davis. Davis doing a good job, blocking a lot of the shots. Ate that right hand and another right that misses for Benavidez. Clubs a left hook off the face of Davis, but Davis, even when getting tagged, remains composed, Abner.
Yeah, Davis really taking those shots really well, but again, it only takes one shot. He's got to be careful with those. He can't take too many shots of Benavidez.
The power punches, everything other than a jab. You see the big edge for Benavidez, even though Davis got some work done in the last round, but in this round, Benavidez is going to town.
The sidestep that Benavidez took right there was just sweet. That was perfect. Nice uppercut he landed.
And David Benavidez is a smart fighter. He's fighting as a lefty and it's working.
Core scores for Benavidez. And a left uppercut on the inside for Benavidez. Davis on the ropes. But Davis continues to fight back. And Davis trying to exchange, trying to fight fire with fire.
And look at the variety of punches that Benavidez is giving us.
And Davis comes back with a right hand, backs Benavidez off.
And can Davis make something happen in this round after Benavidez threw 47 punches over the first part?
And now the left hand like a paintbrush, painting Davis on the face and the body, double jab. Under a minute left here in the fifth, solid right hand for Benavidez. Boy, can Davis take a shot. And remains in the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. He's never been stopped, and we see why. He's facing a much bigger man, a guy who fights at this weight on a regular basis, as he did against Terrell, and he's accepting this punishment and fighting back.
True lead right hand score for Benavidez. The crowd erupting. Terrific stuff in the opening half of tonight's main event between Benavidez and Davis.
Wow, what a round.
Stephen Breadman Edwards looking out for his fighter, saying, if you don't show me more, he said, yeah, I know you were playing possum on the ropes, but you've got to show me more. You cannot continue to take these shots or I'm going to stop the fight. There's another right hand from Benavidez, and Davis now talking to Benavidez.
And again, we're really impressed by Davis, you know, him taking these shots and coming back with his own. And like you bet, he's talking to Davis, but at the end of the day, he's taking vicious, hard punches from a puncher. And Benavidez
lighting up Davis here in the sixth. Davis saying, bring me more, and Davis valiantly fighting back.
154 where he was a couple years ago, now fighting at 168 against a big puncher.
Left hook to the body by Benavidez. Another body shot by Benavidez. Minute half left here in the sixth. Right uppercut, left uppercut. Davis fighting back.
And it's the body work of Benavidez that's having the biggest impact.
How can you not admire the fight in Kyron Davis? Let's bring in our unofficial score, Steve Farhood.
Mo, if heart were among the criteria. On all 5 rounds, 50-45 for Benavidez. I don't know what Davis has.
Brutal left hook to the body, right hand upstairs, and Kyron Davis continues to stand, continues to take the punishment from Benavidez.
How is Davis still standing? My God,
his nickname is Shut It Down. Well, Benavidez having a difficult time in shutting it down, although that shot almost put Davis in airplane mode, and yet fires off another left hook. The guts on display from Kyron Davis. David Benavidez continues to brutalize Davis. How much guts is too much guts? What a fight! Round number 7. Fight fans in Phoenix are in heaven. And Kyron Davis continues to be systematically broken down by Benavidez. And yet Abner Davis keeps fighting back.
Listen, I admire Davis, you know, guts, heart that he's showing today, but let's be honest, he's taking a beating right now, and this is not right. This is not healthy.
Of the end, David Benavidez with a brutal barrage, and just when you think it's over, Al, Davis continues to stand his ground.
Yeah, he's trying desperately to counter him, but it's just not there. And the body work is what's doing most of the damage.
They got to stop
another
this
big left hand, and the towel has been thrown in. You've got to feel for Kyron Shut It Down Davis took the fight on short notice.
Davis, I think, were the body punches more than anything. And Abner, as that left-hander there, he was able to land what he wanted. That's where the towel came in. Edwards saying, no, I don't want my man to take any more punishment. He's up at a weight he shouldn't be at. Kyron Davis should be down at 160 as a middleweight.
Yeah, it was the body work. I mean, he was taking a lot of headshots already. And if you're smart, as Benavidez says, you said, you know what, I will work the body. There's the towel. That was perfect timing as well.
He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated. El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
David Davis was never going to be anything more than target practice for Benavidez. And all things considered, his fate could have been a whole lot worse if it weren't a short notice matchup. David Lemieux came into this clash with Benavidez with quite a lot of experience behind him. He also packed a tremendous punch in his own right. But would that be enough?
Referee Harvey Dock, 18 years pro experience, working his 270th pro fight. David Benavidez going to try to rally the valley after Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks upset the top overall seed Phoenix Suns in the NBA playoffs. Lemieux says he doesn't run away from anybody. When he steps in the ring, he's the man to worry about. The bell, round one, scheduled for 12 at 168 pounds. This one has all the makings of a fistic firefight. Benavidez has 9 first-round KOs. Last one versus Felipe Romero, November of 2015 for Lemieux. He has 12 first-round knockouts. Last one came against Gary O'Sullivan in September 2018. And there, Benavidez goes to the body with the right hand.
Toca, David, toca. There you go. Toca, sigue tocando por ese jab, no lo ve. There you go.
Oh. Lemieux going forward, the left hook as Benavidez was throwing the right hand. And he's going to the body. Oh. Right hand by Benavidez, backed up Lemieux. There's the jab through the guard, and the right hand by Benavidez, and the left to the body by the undefeated Benavidez. Lands that right. And another right that lands for Benavidez on Lemieux. 30 seconds left in the first. 1-2 from Benavidez lands. And it's the variety, the placement, the speed. I mean, he really can do it all. And there's the left
Bien paradito, nomás no te me confías, bien cerradito.
Ya está listo, Debe, ya está listo.
Agarra, respira hasta adentro.
Trata de cuando te vayas a la escuela, ciérrate, Debe.
Bien cerradito, no te me vayas a confiar,
Could have been a knockdown again, right, with the ropes. Round number 2, Lemieux was in deep trouble at the end of round 1 and starts the second looking to make what could be his last stand as he had his head popped back by the jab, and yet he's willing to stay in the pocket and go toe-to-toe with Benavidez. Referee gonna give him a short leash, is the words of Harvey Dock. Lemieux down for the 5th time in his career here in the second, and still throwing fire. The indomitable spirit of Lemieux on display. And the counter right from Benavidez. Lemieux fighting back, going to the body. Almost down in round 1, went down here in round 2, and yet he's still coming forward. And Benavidez landing shots. There's a left to the body, right hand, and the right cross. Unbelievable chin, unbelievable will, but how much more can David Lemieux take? Left hook backing up Lemieux, and the left uppercut lands. Jab by Benavidez. Every punch on the menu on display from Benavidez. A man who's always intent on going out on his shield. 2 of his 4 losses have been by knockout. He just got rocked with the left uppercut on the inside. Again on wobbly legs, taking all kinds of punishment. Man, it's a battle of Davids, but Lemieux sporting a Goliath-sized heart here as he is taking all kinds of punishment from the undefeated David Benavidez. There's a right hand that lands for Benavidez. Show stats and the power punches all in favor of Benavidez, but Lemieux trying to valiantly fight back. It's stuck with the jab. The guard is split by Benavidez, who is landing at a high clip. And 47% of his total punches. Lemieux was knocked out by Marco Antonio Rubio in the 7th round in April 2011 by Gennady Golovkin in the 8th, October 2015. Benavidez trying to close the show here in Glendale. And yet Lemieux gets rocked with that 1-2, but not going down, Raul. And Lemieux's corner has mercifully stopped the punishment, and David Benavidez is now 26-0.
This was one brutal showcase from Benavidez. It did seem like he went out there looking to make a statement, and in that sense, he succeeded in a huge way. The former world champion Caleb Plant was next, but could Benavidez beat him in a more impressive fashion than Canelo?
Off the rope, take him around the world. Take him around the world. Take him around the world. 20 seconds. Know what we talking about. Keep fighting them.
Body shot, keep working that fucking body and breaking his ass down.
Baby, keep closing the limbo.
Está haciendo bien, está haciendo bien.
ya no puedes tirar tanto, ya estamos cansados, pero no te quedes muy parado, ¿ok? Trata de usarme el jab, ya adentro, cuando estés adentro, trata de tirar los ojos centrados.
All three in favor of the winner. And still, the undefeated interim WBC Super Middleweight World Champion.
In the end, Benavidez got the job done and seemingly singled himself out as the #1 contender for Canelo's throne, or at least that was the official verdict. By the time Benavidez took on Demetrius Andrade, he was very clearly the boogeyman of the 168-pound division. Andrade was probably the best opponent Benavidez had ever faced, but how much would that actually matter?
Benavidez is 9 years younger than that of Andrade. The height and the reach advantage in favor of the champion.
Both waistbands are high on both sides, so they're going to get the full waistband. Gentlemen, you got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times and listen to my commands. Touch them up. Got your corner, gentlemen.
Ready? Who is going to remain perfect and walk out of this ring as the WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the World? Big right hand to start for Benavidez. This is for the interim WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World between David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. Andrade in his second appearance here at 168 pounds. Started his career at 154. A right hook to the body, digging it with venomous intentions. 5 years later, won his first world championship. Right hand down the middle for Benavidez. I think Benavidez, what he said is that one item that he's mentioned during the promotional part of his standpoint and things that he said is that he believes that some of the public are a bit harsh in the fact that they don't believe he can do well against a boxer, puncher, and a mover. He did fight Caleb Plant and won that fight quite handily. But now here is a guy who is a southpaw. There's a right hand that connected for Benavidez. Here's a guy, a southpaw, slick southpaw, an awkward style in Demetrius Andrade that's tricky. And Benavidez said, yeah, I want to test myself against the world's best. And Andrade is tricky and awkward, a southpaw, and not many guys want to fight this guy. I'll do it, and I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to stop him. Under a minute left here in the first. We'll find out if Benavidez can fulfill his prediction. For Andrade, he's always wanted that high-profile marquee fight. Well, here he is in Las Vegas, November 25, 2023, with this massive opportunity in front of him, a matchup that, if he's successful and victorious, could change his life. There's a right hook as Benavidez came forward. Counter right hook for Andrade.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen. Listen for the bell.
Benavidez is absolutely massive. It still astounds me how he makes. And they end. Combination there to begin for Demetrius Andrade. Jab right to the abdomen by Andrade. Andrade did unload that combination at the end of the first, and the Andrade contingency loved what they saw. And Andrade is unorthodox, and he throws punches. Andrade's ducking low and trying to give Benavidez different looks. And when I were to describe the style of Demetrius Andrade, I would say he's tricky. He's tricky and elusive. He has solid defense, good feints, but from a fundamental standpoint, very good off the jab, and I think has an underrated straight left. Good shot, good work here by Demetrius Andrade. 4 or 5 punch combination that we saw. being called. Again, Thomas Taylor telling these guys, hey, do not be pushing the head down of your opponent. Andrade trying to crowd Benavidez now. It's a bit puzzling to me, but again, Andrade does things in a unique manner. Now some inside fighting. Who would have thought he was going to try to walk down David Benavidez? There's a straight left. Again, Andrade is doing things that are, it defies conventional wisdom. You would think that Andrade would try to be on his bicycle, boxing, and keep Benavidez at bay, utilizing his pure boxing ability and not be the one. There's a left that connected for Andrade to be the one to try to be aggressive and put your body on Benavidez and make it at times an inside fight. His unorthodox game plan so far has been advantageous.
Time for a little blue corner audio.
Listen for the bell, gentlemen.
There's a right hand connecting for Benavidez, but for Benavidez, all it takes is one big punch. All right, so round number 3 we go between David Benavidez, the champion, and Demetrius Andrade, who is aiming to become a 3-division world champion, was shot to the abdomen by Andrade. Another one. That was below the belt. Thomas Taylor won in both. They both touched gloves. Now Benavidez plodding forward. There's a right to the body. Andrade unloading a combination. Benavidez using that jab as a rangefinder and try to cut off the distance. Mike Tyson in the house here to watch David Benavidez, a guy that he enjoys watching inside the ring. A left hook to the body by Benavidez. Andrade fighting on the inside. Has Benavidez with his back on the ropes. And we'll see if Benavidez will go to work, but Andrade smothering Benavidez, changing where his body positioning is, his upper body positioning, and thus making it more difficult for Benavidez to get combinations off and unload. It's actually a very smart game plan by Demetrius Andrade. And the thing is, it's one thing to think, it's one thing to draw it up, it's another thing to execute it. We're just over the midway point. See if Benavidez can string together some prolonged offense. Now Benavidez coming on, that left hook digging to the body of Andrade. Now right hand smashing into the face of Andrade. And now here's that offense that we were expecting from the monster in David Benavidez. Big right hand from the outside, smashing into the left cheekbone of Andrade. And Benavidez coming on. So we begin the 4th round. We continue the 4th round as Benavidez, an inadvertent shot below the belt, gave Andrade time to recuperate, and off we go again. There's a right hand to the body by upstairs by Benavidez, goes to the body as well. If you're Benavidez, you need to start to throw combinations and become more offensive. And try to impose your will against a guy who's smaller than you, and you are of the mindset, let me see if he can handle my firepower. Beautiful right uppercut on the inside that backed up Andrade. The first time that Andrade has really backed up. Big right hand, and down goes Andrade. But look at that big right hand. And Andrade took him like a second to go down to the canvas. All right, so we begin the 5th round, and Benavidez starting strong. The fans, many of them on their feet, sensing that the end could be near. Right uppercut by Benavidez. Benavidez is really turning up the heat here. He thinks he can get Andrade out of here. And what a statement that would be for David Benavidez. To not only be the first guy, big right hand by Benavidez. Andrade still hurt. The big power punches are coming out with a higher frequency, and Andrade still there, but Benavidez is starting to bust him up. A left for Benavidez. Andrade bobbing and weaving, trying to clear the cobwebs to get himself back in the fight. But can Benavidez continue to pour it on? A right hand down the middle. Over a minute has elapsed in this 5th round. Benavidez has to be careful about not expending too much energy so that he conserves and has something left if it indeed continues to go on. Big shots now by Benavidez, a left hook to the body, and the hand speed of Benavidez is starting to be showcased. Big left hook on the ear, Andrade's hurt. Andrade is in serious trouble, and it's only getting worse for the Providence, Rhode Island native. A left hook to the body. It seems only a matter of time. Combinations by the monster in David Benavidez as we approach the 1 minute mark. Benavidez is a man possessed here tonight. Under a minute left here in the 5th, but back comes Andrade. Body punches for Benavidez. Andrade's right eye swelling considerably right now. Big overhand right. What an uppercut. Look at this work rate by David Benavidez. This is beautiful violence that we are seeing being exhibited by the monster. Big right hand. How Andrade is still maintaining his vertical base is unbeknownst to me. What determination by Andrade. What clinical, powerful brilliance by Benavidez. Blood is on the left bicep of Benavidez as Andrade continues to try to remain in the fight, and Andrade getting hammered, and that ends the round. Oh my goodness. That translates to yes we can, because they're trying to will Benavidez to get the stoppage. Big, a crushing right hand upstairs by Benavidez. First he landed on the body, then he came upstairs. The punch placement of Benavidez, there's a big right hand on the top of the head of Andrade. And now if you're Benavidez, you drive Andrade to the perimeter of the ring, and you could end his night in 6 rounds. Nobody has done this to Demetrius Andrade or has put him in any sort of peril ever in his career. But Benavidez is doing that, and he's starting to hammer away and continue this non-stop attack on the Providence, Rhode Island native. So Andrade, having started his career at 154, fighting a guy who is a natural super middleweight. He started his career at 154, then went up to 160, and now here in his 2nd time appearing at 168, but he's fighting a naturally bigger man, and he is being out-muscled and out-strained by somebody who is in the prime of his career physically in David Benavidez. But Andrade still. And some working out by Andrade as he goes to the body. And also Benavidez, 9 years younger than that of Demetrius Andrade. A left hook that knocked out the mouthpiece of Andrade, but Andrade fights on. A left that landed by Benavidez. Andrade going backwards. Can Benavidez get the finish here with less than 20 seconds to go in the 6th? A left by Benavidez. Time being called. The mouthpiece goes in, and I think you got to take a long look at Andrade in between rounds. Big right hand by Benavidez. But Benavidez, the younger, fresher, hungrier of the two. That ends the 6th, and Andrade is in a world of trouble. And the fight is over. A correct move and a 6th round stoppage for David Benavidez
as he embraces with his father.
The interim WBC super middleweight world champion, the Mexican monster, David El Monstruo Benavidez.
The power of Benavidez was simply too much for Andrade, and even though things were going reasonably well, power like that is the ultimate equalizer. Interim light heavyweight gold was up next for Benavidez. Alexander Gvozdyk was the man to welcome him back to the division for the first time in years.
David Benavidez against Alexander Gvozdyk, a former champion at 175. He'll try to spoil the Monster's debut at light heavyweight. They sparred 5 years ago, and in those sparring sessions, Benavidez said, hey, I checked that chin and I'm going to do it again. He feels he could score the best knockout of his career in the light heavyweight debut. Easier said than done against a guy who's only been stopped once, and that's when he ran into the proverbial wall against Benvidez when they fought each other for the unified light heavyweight crown, and Benvidez was able to drop him 3 times and stop him. And Gvozdyk went on a long hiatus, retired for 3 years, came back last year, won all 3 fights, but he didn't face anyone that can prepare him for the kind of fighter that David Benavidez is.
You see Benavidez pushing Gvozdyk.
And Benavidez loves to go to the body. Sean Gvozdyk here in the second. Has the root. 3-punch combination lands for Benavidez, but Gvozdyk comes back. Before his reign ended at the hands of Artur Beterbiev, and remember, through 8 rounds, he had done a great job of outboxing Beterbiev repeatedly. Nice combination to end the round. And Benavidez opening up on Gvozdyk. Double triple jab, loading up the right hand by Benavidez.
When he tried to do that.
Nice jab by Gvozdyk, but now he's getting tagged by the combination of Benavidez. Benavidez going to the body, and again, Benavidez so accurate, so precise. David Benavidez, but Gvozdyk stays busy. He gets countered with a much more effective shot. Double right uppercuts, right hook by Benavidez. Gvozdyk taking the shot, still standing. He's been knocked down 4 times in his career. We're on our way to round number 5, and Gvozdyk will escape the 4th, but not before tasting the power of Benavidez.
Right there.
Here we go. Here's Benavidez running. That left hook caught Gvozdyk as he was pulling out and around.
There's no punch, but it's just like bloodshot on
the other pressure. A nice right uppercut. Okay. And then he whips that right hand around to the temple.
And I like when Benavidez takes a little, hop. He jumps just a bit.
And those body shots definitely slowing down the mobility and the movement of Alexander Gvozdyk. Another left hook to the body, a right hand. The blitzing combinations of Benavidez. Beautiful left hand as Benavidez lands him 12 here in the 5th. And there's the hand time right there. Accuracy on display.
Replay of Benavidez faking and punching. There it is. He faked that body shot and he came back on top. Brilliance from Benavidez. That's how you set it up.
Hey, Jeff, just so you know, our concern in the round before, both eyes are a little bloodshot up here. No blood's coming out, but blood's at the surface. No swelling. It's just
right hand, lead right hand, right on the button.
On the lip.
Gvozdy's hands are down. You can't leave your hands down against Benavidez. They got to be a ball count. And there's a right hand from Gvozdyk, but he got countered with the left hook, right hand, left hook, right hand. He got countered with 4 or 5 punches.
I want to see more punches, straight punches, uppercuts, and then move to the side. Don't walk straight back. Because
a thudding 3-piece combo. With 30 seconds left in the 6th, Benavidez launches a lead left hook that lands him. Gvozdyk took it well. Left hook, left to the body. Beautiful combination by Benavidez.
He's in the has it, but he's not as active as Benavidez. Right there. Beautiful left hook.
Gvozdyk delivering a combination, definitely throwing more punches than Benavidez. Not as accurate or landing as many. There's a combination from Benavidez. There's a body shot to Benavidez by Benavidez to Gvozdyk along the ropes, and now Benavidez putting the pressure on, walking down Gvozdyk. 25 seconds left in the 10th.
Here's the jab, the counter right hand, another counter right hand by Gvozdyk, but he got countered 2 times by 2 hooks. That's classic Benavidez. There's the counter, leans back, counters, throws the right uppercut, counters again with the hook.
I love how he pronated that right hand at the end. Turned it beautifully. There it is.
Pull back, hook, body shot, hook, step back.
That's it. Yeah.
And look, nice right counter by Goldberg. It goes to the body. Minute and a half left here in the 11th. There's the jab from Benavidez.
Benavidez walking forward. He shots.
Not as good as cutting off the regular Benavidez shot, but needs a couple of shots there from Goldberg, but he lands a nice short right and a beautiful left to the body by Benavidez. And then the counter by Goldberg. Now Goldberg doesn't have the pop, and he got hit with that left hand.
At the ringside, Zachary Young scores about 116 to 112. Dave Moretti sees it 117 to 111. And Don Trella scores the action 119 to 109. All three in favor of the winner. He is now the interim WBC light heavyweight world champion, the Mexican monster, David El Monstruo
Got in the work, went 12 rounds with a former lineal light heavyweight champion and medalist, and David Benavidez passes his first test at 175 pounds.
Sure, he didn't get the finish, but it was another piece of silverware for his collection. Benavidez was proving his pound-for-pound status here, that's for sure. A showdown with David Morrell would be next for Benavidez, and it would be a fight that would force him to dig a lot deeper than expected.
Benavidez fight. Benavidez didn't want to touch gloves, but he's ready to touch up David Morrell, and Morrell ready to do the same. Shot at undisputed light heavyweight glory goes to the victor. This is round number 1. The relentless powerhouse that is David Benavidez. The Cuban sharpshooter with ruthless precision.
There's something that Benavidez does well is adjusting to any style. And we've seen that through Andrade Fight, this last fight.
Nice combination already by Benavidez, known for putting together multiple punch combinations. Has been a bit of a deliberate starter in his recent fights, but always comes on strong in the second half. But Morrell has an opportunity here in the early going to bank some rounds with that Cuban boxing pedigree.
In theory, but this is a fast start for Benavidez, who's taking it right to Morrell as they meet in the center of the ring here. When Benavidez makes that adjustment mid-fight, it hasn't gone well for his opponents.
Well, Morrell already throwing twice as many punches as Benavidez here in the first round. So great start by Morrell.
Certainly see the physical shape that Morrell's in for this fight.
Utilizing the real estate already, Abner. Utilizing that footwork, the body, changing levels, good defense. And there's that body shot from Benavidez.
Great, really good defense from Morrell, closing up the gap, closing up the guard, moving to the side angles.
And of course, Benavidez already also known for his underrated defense. Loves to be in close, square off that high guard. But now Benavidez sitting down on his punches.
I gotta wonder whether Morrell's ever actually seen RoboCop. Spoiler alert, the robot does well in that one. We're definitely continuing to see this fast start from Benavidez.
But again, and I agree, but Morrell also showcasing what brought him to the gas right there.
Good counter shot with his back to the ropes.
And he's an incredible counter puncher. And again, you think about Cuban boxing, you think about that amateur pedigree, the slick footwork, the jabs, the sweet sides. He brings all of that and explosive power.
Yeah, definitely explosive power. So accurate with that left, Morrell. I mean, again, we keep mentioning the power. Benavidez already took a couple of left hands, but
Morrell goes to the body with the left hand and turns and uses the angles. That's something that we don't see a lot from Benavidez, the plodding footwork, but again, shows him well in his strategy. And there, uppercut by Benavidez on the inside.
Morrell shook his head, but he tasted the power on that sequence.
Yeah, definitely.
Chopping right hand that misses for Benavidez.
He doesn't just put pressure on you. He drowns you with that pressure, David Benavidez. Look where he's at.
Nice right uppercut and right hook on the inside by Morrell.
I'll tell you what, Morrell might have the quicker feet, the slicker boxer, but he's standing in front of Benavidez, and he's willing to trade.
Just like Fedor Emelianenko in MMA, that lead right hand for David Benavidez, a highly effective weapon. We just saw him split Morrell's guard, backing Morrell up to the ropes. But Morrell, high ring IQ, able to pivot away, reset in the center of the ring.
We also saw a big right hand to the body from Benavidez in that sequence, and he told us this in the fighter meetings. He thinks the body work is going to be his ticket to getting a knockout in the second half of this fight.
Nice right hook behind, curls it behind the guard of Morrell. Now Morrell's turn to fight back. Kalanjic last fight. I mean, David Morrell is 11-0 with 9 KOs for a reason.
It's hard to remember any single rounds he's lost. He's been so dominant.
And what a great effort by both fighters here. World-class.
Both fighters really starting to establish already what they do well in there as Benavidez corners Morrell. And look at Morrell fight his way out of the corner. That could be an early sign that he's here to stand his ground.
No, he definitely is. And again, good defense right there from Benavidez again. He pulled straight back in with the high guard.
This is round 3, scheduled for 12. The winner puts himself in the pole position to face the victor of the rematch between Andrade Fight and Benvidez for the undisputed light heavyweight championship. Benavidez feels Bivol did enough to win the first fight. He picks him to win the rematch. And now here, Benavidez and Morrell just missing with that right uppercut. Morrell needs to be careful with the showmanship, the gamesmanship. First major main event of the new calendar year, and Benavidez and Morrell already delivering. Benavidez saying, bring it on, let's go!
Yeah, waited a little bit too long there, but now here comes David Benavidez.
Here comes the combinations of Benavidez. Morrell standing tall in a beautiful, crafty combo of his own.
This is man-to-man, but very high skills in the center of the ring.
Not a lot of clean punches, but again, both of them trying.
Now, imagine if this happened on a monthly basis in the sport of boxing, where we would be in the reaching the laurels, because this is exactly what the fans want. And you know what? Not all fighters, and you could talk to them, the big money contracts, the legacies, but it's a key weapon. But that lead right hand is also a key weapon for Benavidez.
Believe everything's a key weapon for Benavidez, no doubt.
Look at this action in the corner.
Ooh, wow! What a left hand by Morrell, and here comes Benavidez. The light heavyweight division throughout history has been the scene of some of the most intense rivalries, some of the biggest grudge matches. Benavidez and Morrell already.
I wonder how long Morrell can keep up fighting Benavidez's fight in close range against the ropes.
Left hook to the body by Benavidez. The jab from the southpaw, uppercut on the inside by Morrell. They're taking turns. Give and take, the ebb and flow of a high-level boxing main event.
Talk about breaking down a fighter.
And this is what he does. He brings the pressure systematically, breaks him down, but Morrell's still there.
Yeah, he's fighting back, but he's not doing what he's supposed to do, Morrell. He's not moving laterally. He's moving straight back, and that's where Benavidez is getting the advantage and landing those punches.
Yeah, much better start for David Benavidez, Brian. As we have mentioned, those deliberate starts. He's on a heater here right now.
He made sure he's not going to actively give away rounds early on. He's going to put that pressure on.
And after we're seeing the defense, a more improved the head movement, the upper body movement, sitting down with the left hook, David Benavidez.
Yeah, he listened to the corner. They told him about the head movement. High guard, get in there.
Whoa! He just got clipped. He did get clipped. And now Morrell trying to fight back. Benavidez, though.
Benavidez is not going to hold. He's going to fight through it.
Unbelievable. He got clipped. Morrell now going in, and he's got him rattled again.
Morrell's doing what he said he would do. Punch for punch.
Benavidez down once in his career. Morrell has him on the ropes. Time is going to run out, but drama here in the fourth, and here comes.
Wow. A short shot, but you see right on the chin.
And in that dramatic fourth round, both fighters landing their fight highs. For Benavidez, 30 of 65. For Morrell, 22 of 61. And here is round number 5. And exciting as we had hoped.
Each time it looks like Morrell may be on the verge of succumbing to the pressure of Benavidez. He lands one of those explosive counter shots from a weird angle.
And now Benavidez on the ropes again. You don't want to be, and there's a nice counter left hook upstairs by Benavidez, goes downstairs, rips a left to the body.
Benavidez was in trouble on the ropes. Nope. Caught that punch, catch, and shoot. it is. Perfectly timed for David Benavidez.
So far, so good, although he certainly has to be careful against a bully like the Monster.
Yeah, and you just got popped with the left hand, and Morrell now along the ropes leads with the left, and there's Benavidez leading to the body with the left. Nice right hand, another right to the body by Benavidez, and he is doubled up. Total connects to the body, outlanding Morrell to the flanks 2-1.
That body shot hurt David Morrell. Definitely did.
Not to mention that short right hand in close range. These two Davids are already giving us our two favorite things, ebbs and flows in this boxing match. They're taking turns getting off their shots, but right now Benavidez succeeding at putting Morrell in the corner.
And as a big Andre Ward guy, got to bring up Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward as part of that.
And what true champions do, they get off the deck and handle their business.
This is round number 6. Morrell again on the back foot more than we have ever seen him thus far in his career against the guy who is known for relentless pressure. I guess it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise, although maybe we'd like to see more of Morrell's footwork. Yeah. Using the angles to escape out of the line of fire he is stuck in right now.
Yeah, but still so dangerous. Morrell on his back foot. As we know, he's got great timing. You get time Benavidez coming in or opening.
How much bullying, though, can Morrell deal with? That's going to be the equation he's going to have to watch closely, especially if he's going to allow Benavidez to operate at this space.
Benavidez continues to attack the body with relish. And has Morrell now with that high peekaboo guard. Morrell not throwing back and gets clipped with the left hook. The guard proving to be porous. That left uppercut rattled Morrell. Backs him up. And there's another left uppercut. Benavidez putting on a clinic, and Morrell needs to find a way to slow Benavidez down. Now Morrell fighting back. Incredible stuff.
I'll take your best and I'll answer it right back, Gavner.
Yeah, I'll raise you. We're in Vegas. And they are all in, my friends. Under a minute left in the 6th. Oh, the uppercut. Morrell changing levels but got clipped. And you're right, now it's Morrell that's putting the pressure on Benavidez.
That's good scouting from Benavidez' team right there.
Oh, another uppercut.
Knowing Morrell often changes levels, will dip down to explode.
Thank you. Good timing there, but man, Morrell, like Gavner said, beginning to push Benavidez back a bit, but Benavidez throwing those uppercuts and landing and missing with that left hook to the body.
Yeah, he's going to entertain you with those uppercuts, and believe it or not, sooner or later he's going to switch it to a hook.
Morrell, beautiful bobbing and weaving, lands that lead right hook, curls it around the guard of Benavidez. Benavidez again with the lead right hand to the body. Final 10 seconds of the first half of what has been a terrific matchup as we expected again. Benavidez unloading uppercuts. Morrell backpedaling.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
And Benavidez has already landed more power punches than any previous Morrell opponent.
That's the thing, we're not used to seeing Morrell get hit on the regular through 11 pro fights. He's dealing well with the power, but the volume is starting to really pick up round by round for Benavidez.
And you look at the body shots landed round by round, and it's all a monster.
I like what David Benavidez did right there. He took a little sidestep and tried to get that uppercut in.
Right uppercut lands, but there's a counter left hand right down the middle by Morrell. Morrell with those level changes, as Abner and I mentioned, needs to be careful.
Big deep breath there from Morrell after that body shot.
Yeah, it's definitely taking a toll on David Morrell.
Benavidez hands a little lower, used to having that high peekaboo guard, but maybe setting the trap potentially to set up a counter opportunity, but has to be careful. Under a minute left in the 7th. Nice combination from Morrell.
Morrell's got to be careful about leaving his hands down as he ducks.
Both guys.
Both guys.
Especially Benavidez. There, he usually goes automatically back to the high guard. Now trying to do so, which of course can open up opportunities to the body. Man, those uppercuts by Benavidez.
He's such an anomaly, Benavidez, in boxing. He's a bully who's got some of the best plus-minus numbers in terms of efficiency and defense in this sport. Maybe his offense is his best defense, but he's very responsible for being such a big puncher who looks to walk you down.
That stands right in front of you. You're right. Now launches a left that was partially blocked by the high guard of Benavidez.
We're seeing a lot better jab now from Benavidez. Walking in forward, throwing that straight jab.
And total punches landed. Big edge for Benavidez. Oh, there's a counter left from Morrell.
Got to be more than one punch at a time.
Yes, I was going to say the same. And there it is, though. We just saw it. Double right, the jab, the right hook, and then the left hand. Need to see more combinations from Morrell. And there's another combination, but now the left's from Benavidez. Oh, beautiful short left hand by Morrell before the escape. Now Morrell's putting together combinations. He heard us. Nice.
Just question, how much can he standing right in front of Benavidez? How many more rounds can he continue to take this punishment?
Benavidez framing Morrell, then going to the body, leads with the left hook upstairs, lands, curling behind the guard. Morrell goes to the body, gets countered upstairs. Beautiful evasion there by Benavidez. Pull back. Looking for that pull counter, goes to the body with the right. Left open, the opportunity upstairs for the counter. Morrell didn't bite, but he does land the right uppercut on the inside.
Yeah, Morrell has just never seen this fighting style ever. He's used to knocking these guys out, knocking them down, pushing them back, bullying him. And guess what? The bully, the monster is here.
He's the bigger guy, physically, allegedly.
Yeah. Well, the bully doesn't just stop coming after you. He somehow gets better as the fight progresses. That's the tough equation Benavidez' opponents have to deal with.
Corralled in the corners. Morrell trying to find an escape route. Benavidez keeps him in front of him. Morrell beginning ever so slightly to just tire a bit, known for that conditioning. We begin round 9. Benavidez has landed 3 times as many body shots as any previous Morrell opponent. Came in with 3 times as much professional experience, and that experience on display here against David Morrell.
Let's not forget what Benavidez said. The body work would be his ticket to the knockout. He still has to be wary of that one-punch power of Morrell, but Benavidez putting together some great rounds here.
And Morrell unable to jab at all, just trying to block, and he needs to establish the stick as our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, has David Benavidez opening up a 4-point advantage, again unofficially. But as Brian, you mentioned it, and as anyone who's followed David Benavidez' career, the longer this fight goes, the better he gets.
And you saw between rounds, though, Benavidez' corner was addressing above his right eye. A tiny cut, it seems like, not becoming an issue as of now.
The uppercuts to the face. David Benavidez beginning to try to close the show here in the ninth, but Morrell fights back valiantly. Uppercuts of his own.
Morrell not going away quietly.
No, definitely not. That was a good exchange right there.
Good 3-punch combination by Morrell. Right hook by Morrell lands.
This is what you get when you get a fully healthy David Benavidez, who, as you mentioned, had that tendon torn in his right hand, the fractured knuckle in his left hand. He said he couldn't do strength and conditioning. Still got the win against a world-class opponent in his divisional debut. But look at him tonight.
Body shot from Morrell.
A lot more punches thrown by Morrell in this round.
And now both of them obviously finding their footing at 175 as they face off with each other here. And both have thrown almost the same amount of punches, but Benavidez has landed precipitously more. But Morrell trying to find a way, but just backing up on that back foot and not throwing a lot. Not 23 of only 47 in that 9th round compared to 18 of 57 by Morrell. Morrell's throwing more punches, but not landing as much.
Benavidez took a little bit off his fastball that round. Wasn't as active, though. It still seemed to get the better of the exchanges. But how about in the corner, the legendary trainer Ronnie Shields trying to will his fighter Morrell to make this comeback, stay in this fight.
Yeah, they like what they saw in that last round, but again, it had to do a lot with Benavidez.
And we
not
saw
throwing as much.
Benavidez outland Morrell as he's done throughout this fight. The only round I sing there, round 2 for Morrell. But it's been all Benavidez in terms of the offense. Not surprising in that respect, but we've yet to see the crisp counters of David Morrell with regularity.
And the one thing we said coming in, what separates these two? It's the big fight experience. Benavidez has nearly 3 times as many professional rounds as Morrell, who just has 11 pro fights, and you're seeing some of that in terms of how Benavidez is managing his rounds.
Demetrius Andrade, Alexander Gvozdyk. You know, people call him a weight bully at 168. Well, he's bullying David Morrell here at 175. This kid, Benavidez, now 28, but at 13 he weighed 250 pounds. Lost 80 pounds in a year, and you talk about a guy with conditioning and stamina. It's incredible because this is exactly what his modus operandi is. Less than a minute left in the 10th.
And you got to give Benavidez credit. Look, he won a world title at age 20, but he's matured in front of our eyes. There was thoughts that maybe he didn't have the work ethic as other fighters.
Positive for Kane. There's that lead right hand, one of the money makers for Benavidez. That lands. There's a couple jabs from Benavidez, and Benavidez's jab is a bludgeoning one. It's a weapon, not just a rangefinder. 15 seconds left in the 10th. Nice counter right, chopping right hand by Benavidez. Oh, okay, wow, little alley shuffle.
That time of the fight, the championship rounds.
And Benavidez has shattered the record for most total punches landed by any previous Morrell opponent. The previous record was... Those left hooks to the body continue to reap rewards, as do the rights. All the body work of David Benavidez.
But that high guard from David Benavidez, just closing.
Uppercut on the inside, Morrell misses. Body shot, counter there by Morrell, but it's a chopping right hand again that finds a home for Benavidez. The lead right, very effective, as we've seen throughout his career. Morrell trying to sit down on his punches now, coming forward. Left uppercut, right hook, body shot. Morrell now has Benavidez on the ropes and again lands some punches, but Benavidez blocking a lot of these shots. It has not been the high output fight that we used to see from Benavidez, and it's ruled a knockdown by referee Thomas Taylor.
Benavidez entertained with those shots as well, and there's a knockdown.
Yep, right hook. And now Morrell has the advantage in one statistic, but Benavidez looking to make a paper, and he caught him again with the counter. It was taken away with the point deduction, the first point deduction of his career.
Morrell needed to be dramatic here in the championship rounds.
And the commission has confirmed after looking at the replay, it was a knockdown. Morrell has to go all out. Ronnie Shields screaming at him in the corner. You've got to think. I think the time for thinking is done. He's got to let it all hang out, and Morrell trying to do just that here now.
It's all or nothing for Morrell.
Right hand to the body by Benavidez, and he rocks Morrell with the left. And Benavidez now sitting down on his punches, clipping David Morrell. Morrell fires back with a couple of right hooks followed by a left.
Wow, what a close of the round, what a close of the fight. Both standing right at the center of the ring, exchanging blows.
For as heated of a build as this was, these two let it all hang out here over 12 rounds.
Jab from Benavidez. Morrell. A minute 40 left. Uppercut lands again for Benavidez. Morrell misses with the right. Morrell needs to open the floodgates. Yes, it's been a hard-fought battle. Benavidez bringing the fight to Morrell, but Morrell now tries to come forward, eats a left hook.
Morrell has a cut below his right eye. You can see the swelling intensifying
under both eyes. Uppercuts occurred, that's the reason. Total jabs landed. Power punches. It's all David Benavidez as he looks to go to 30-0, and after all of the animosity.
He is now the unified WBC Interim and WBA Light Heavyweight World Champion, the Mexican Monster, David El Monstruo Benavidez.
was a vicious battle, but Benavidez once again proved how war-ready he really was. Now, 30-0, the world was very clearly aware of just how special this guy actually is. But what do you think of the unbeaten David Benavidez? And if Canelo is never going to fight him, who would you like to see him take on next?